Good morning, everyone. I'm Steve,
And I'm Scott.
and together we are Backyard Musings broadcasting from Apple Valley, California. We have a science and technology channel bringing you things that you don't normally hear, like yesterday, the pando.
Yeah,
Crazy. That organism.
I've driven past that area
Crazy.
hundreds of times. So, yeah,
Yeah.
fascinating.
So in your circle, you might know someone with ADHD, whether it's a child or an adult, and this is not good news. This research. Hopefully, it can lead to helping. Many people struggle with managing ADHD, attention deficit hyper disorder, facing social and health challenges that could be mitigated with better services. A study has found that adults with ADHD may have reduced life expectancy due to a lack of diagnosis and support. Researchers call for improved healthcare interventions to address this issue. Would you like to know more?
A groundbreaking study led by researchers at UCL, the University College London, suggests that adults diagnosed with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder may have shorter life expectancies than expected. That was published in the British Journal of Psychiatry. The study examined anonymized primary care records from 30,029 adults in the UK diagnosed with ADHD. These individuals were compared to a control group of 300,390 adults without ADHD, matched by age, sex, and primary care provider.
Wow, it's just this data. They can just the United Kingdom has a lot of data, and they anonymized it so you don't know names and stuff. So you can just start taking data sets and whatever they've got, and age and sex, and wow, the AI is probably looking at all this too.
Yeah.
The findings indicate that men with ADHD may live between 4.5 to 9 years less than their peers, while women with ADHD could experience a reduction in life expectancy of 6.5 to 11 years. Senior author Professor Josh Stott, UCL Psychology and Language Sciences, said, quote, "It is deeply concerning that some adults with diagnosed ADHD are living shorter lives than they should. This is the first time that researchers have estimated the life expectancy of UK adults diagnosed with ADHD."
So, this quote, people with ADHD have many strengths and can thrive with the right support and treatment. However, they often lack support and are more likely to experience stressful life events and social exclusion, negatively impacting their health and self esteem. Unquote.
Yeah. The study also found that fewer than 1 in 9 adults with ADHD have been diagnosed, meaning that only a fraction of the total population of adults with ADHD could be studied. Professor Stott added, quote, "We know from studies of traits in the community and from studies of childhood diagnosis that the rate of ADHD in our sample is just a fraction of what it should be."
People with ADHD experience differences in the way they focus their attention. They often have high energy and an ability to focus intensely on what interests them. However, they sounds like me. However, they may find it difficult to focus on mundane tasks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This can lead to more impulsiveness, restlessness, and differences in planning and time management, which may make it harder to succeed at school and work, leading to longer term challenges. ADHD is present from childhood and is increasingly recognized to persist in adults. Now, I'm going to stop here and I'm going to ask this question. I've been thinking of it in my mind. Was this prevalent World War II, Korean War?
well, I was just saying that. It's funny you
Is
mentioned
it
that.
like
What I was
bovine
thinking,
injections or something?
I don't remember.
cause this?
I don't remember anybody being diagnosed with this kind of thing when I was growing up, and I
Yeah,
grew up
I
in the
don't
late
remember.
'50s, early '60s.
Is it Diet Coke, aspartame?
I don't
The
know.
diet
I don't
thing in
know.
there?
Yeah, I have no idea. So, and again, I'm not lumping ADHD with like special needs or special education kids. But when I was growing up, and again, when I grew up here in the high desert, we had uh, there was 2 high schools here in the valley, so that'll give you an idea how much population we have. But in my school, there may have been a half a dozen kids in what they consider to be like a special ed or special needs class,
Mm-hmm.
and that was from learning disabilities to behavioral dysfunction. Like just couldn't get along with people.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I mean, when I was driving a school bus, we had over over 400 kids in one school district that were classified as that. And again, I don't remember that this type of classification. There may have been somewhere, but you
I
just
think it's from the food. That's
maybe
what I
so,
think.
maybe so.
Or
I don't know.
what we drink.
That could be. I don't know. I don't want to label anything or
I mean,
anybody.
that's my opinion. That's not part of the research. That's why I said I'm going to stop here.
Right.
So that's my.
It's just questions, right?
Yeah,
It's kind of like another one would be asthma. I remember growing up, there was a couple you'd see a couple people that had issues with asthma or breathing, emphysema, that kind of thing, and usually it was because of their lifestyle. Maybe they were smokers or whatever. Now, I mean, kids, you walk around, they've all got the little puffer,
inhaler,
the inhalers, and they've got they're on the albuterol, and I don't know, it's crazy. So something's happening, whatever it is, I don't know.
Okay, I'm going to pick it back up.
Yeah.
ADHD is undertreated in adults in the UK, United Kingdom, compared to in other high-income countries, and support is under-resourced.
However, they note that because ADHD often goes undiagnosed, especially in adults, the new research may overestimate the reduction in life expectancy experienced by people with ADHD on average. Lead author Dr. Liz O'Nions.
No, that's onions, man.
Is it onions? Oh, come on.
It's spelled O apostrophe.
Yeah, no,
Nions.
No, I can't do that. It's
Onions.
O'Nions. Give me a break. Excuse us, Liz. UCL Psychology and Language Science and Bradford Institute for Health Research said only a small percentage of adults with ADHD have been diagnosed, meaning this study covers just a segment of the entire community. So
here's a quote. More of those who are diagnosed may have additional health problems compared to the average person with ADHD, like obsessive compulsive, OCD.
Yeah.
Therefore, our research may overestimate the life expectancy gap for people with ADHD overall, though more community-based research is needed to test whether this is the case. At present, there is a lack of specialist services to support adults with ADHD in the UK.
For example, a previous national survey of adults aged 16 to 64 found that a third of those with ADHD traits were in receipt of medication or counseling for a mental health problem, compared to 11% of people without ADHD. Nearly 8% of people who screened positive for ADHD reported that they had requested a particular mental health treatment in the past 12 months, but not received it, compared to only 1% of those who did not screen positive.
Yeah, that's This suggests that adults with ADHD are presenting to services, but services are not equipped to support them, even though the impact of ADHD and need to identify and treat it is recognized in NHS guidelines. I don't know, NHS is probably something
National
over
Health
there.
Survey or something.
Yeah. This is a leading concern as treatment and support for ADHD is associated with better outcomes, such as reduced mental health problems and substance use.
Dr. O'Nion said, although many people with ADHD live long and healthy lives, are finding that on average they're living shorter lives than they should, indicates unmet support needs.
Yeah.
It is crucial that we find out the reasons behind premature deaths so we can develop strategies to prevent these in the future.
The study data meant that the researchers did not have information regarding cause of death, so it was not possible to attribute years of lost life to different causes. A lack of specialist services for adult ADHD assessment in the UK also means that diagnosed adults may overpresent those who have co-occurring mental health and or neurodevelopment conditions, which could confound the results and lead to an overestimation of years of life lost. The present findings may not generalize to other countries, time periods, or settings. So that could be regional, is what they're saying.
Yeah, is that almost like
not good news?
Yeah, not good news. But
no.
I guess I know people that suffer from this, right?
Yeah.
And it's tough. It's tough.
I think we need a more robust healthcare system.
Yeah. So you mentioned OCD, and I used to know a couple where the the wife was severely obsessive compulsive, and she would, I mean, you looked in her cupboards and everything was just at its spot, and her husband would go in there and move stuff around to
Right,
mess with her.
To mess with her.
mess
Oh my
with her, yeah.
gosh, no.
Yeah. So, so yeah, I mean, it's not funny, but I mean, he obviously he did.
I think
And then
that's funny,
I
man.
believe they're still married, so we're not going to go there. That's as far as we're going to go. But yeah, you feel for people that have these disorders. I mean,
Yeah. Hopefully, now that they have identified it, maybe we can get better health resources.
right. Somebody keying in on
Maybe
issues.
RFK Jr. as HHS can.
Let's get him.
Zero
Let's
in
get
on
him
this.
confirmed first.
Yeah.
He had a rough day yesterday.
So it's not the last guy had nothing to do with health.
Yeah.
Or human services.
Yeah.
And then they're giving RFK a hard. I don't know.
Yeah. That's our special edition politics for the day. So, and our friend Tulsi Gabbard is starting today. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
But,
all right, folks. Thanks for joining us. We'll catch you on the next one.
Take care, everyone.